Okay, people. So today is August 29th, 2019. It's like 8:15 in the morning. And in the next 45 minutes to 30 minutes, by 9 o'clock, right? I am going to be outside. And I'll be out there, people, all day, right up until about 9:30, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. It will be a 12, 13-hour day outside. And I won't come in. I won't. I'll be out there all day, for the most part. Might come in and go to the bathroom, right? And that's about it. If Tisha doesn't feed me, I don't eat. Right? Because I don't have time to come in and start mucking around in the kitchen when I'm all grody, right? Just keep working. And what I'm going to do out there, I don't know. Wherever I go and whatever I do, it doesn't matter as long as I'm doing something. Because, you know, the weather is changing and really nobody does it. So the recycling bin for the, city compost shit is empty. So now I can, I don't know if I'll do it today, but now I can fill up them with the rest of the blackberry bushes that are on the ground in a big heap, right? And I'm going to probably get out into the front, get into that compost, try and empty out a bit more, because now that fall is coming, I have to start clipping things down and throw it into a compost, right? So I need the dirt, so I'll probably do that. And while I'm out there, what I'm going to start with is start gathering up my pots and everything to finish planting those weeping willows, because it looks like the other ones took. But just because they take doesn't mean that they're going to grow next year. But these ones are healthier. These ones, when I started these ones with the rooting system, they're a lot more healthier than when the first time I tried it with rooting them in the house. So maybe it won't work. It doesn't really matter, people, because my house is imploding from the inside out, right? Just because of the stress, the accumulated stress, that cortisol in the brain. It's just, it's at the breaking point again, because my landlady keeps putting pressure on with more rent, more rent, more rent. It's almost like that boiling the frog effect now. Before it was, well, if you don't like it, you can move. I'm not fixing anything. Take it as it is. At one point she even gave me an eviction notice, and, people fucking harassing, wanting to buy the house, and just all kinds of crazy shit, because that's the way it is in Surrey, people. They want the old bungalows so that they can tear them down, and build in these monster homes that some of them don't even look like monster homes anymore. They look more like mansions, right? Who they're filling them up with, I don't know. Probably a lot of students coming in from, all these other countries, because of this immigration pact that we've got going on in Canada now. So, there's 3 methods for these people to come into Canada. 1, they come in through immigration. 2, they come in under student and work visas. And 3, they come in through, through the family, right? It only takes 1 to bring in 200 of their family. And that's what's happening, people, right? These houses are not being built for the people that are born in this country in terms of Caucasian, those kind of people, black people, right? They're built for the people that move into them and who own them and their families, as they're pushing out everybody else, right? And they're using these old bungalows to supplement that process, basically. Right? So right now, I'm now facing that boiling the frog effect, with the water just slowly heating up, right? We're being boiled out of our house. That's what's happening here, people. And because of that, it's creating, stress again, right? Not to mention, things still need to be fixed and shit. So that stress is always building. Like my son came up yesterday. Look what's on the video here. And I'm like, what? What video do you have? Oh. And he's showing me how he's taking a light bulb, how the light bulb works, right? And he takes this light bulb that works and he screws it up, in the, oh God, what is it called? When you have above the ceiling there, I can't even think right now, people. It's going to be a long freaking day. And he screws it into that. And he turns on the light, and of course the light won't go on, right? Because he's been complaining about it for a long time. The thing is, I spoke to my landlady about it, a year and a half ago or whatever it was, she had an electrician come and, you know, he screwed in a light bulb, flicked on the switch, and the light went on. So, of course, he's not changing anything. So when my son gets home, I tell him, like, look, see, the light is working. And then I guess somehow, some way, it clicked out again. And then it didn't fucking work. And then I came in and I changed the light bulb again. And it worked. And then it stopped working. And it hasn't been working. So there's a short in there. That's what's happening. There's some kind of something kicking out. So I said, well, we need to change the whole thing then maybe, right? But he's mad at me, people. He's mad at me. And I'm like, what the fuck do you want from me? Like, you know, you're like Brooks, my oldest son, back in the day. You know, he didn't live in a big fancy house. Uncle John and I, we didn't live in a big fancy house. We lived at Wally's house, which was just a, you know, a regular bungalow, right? It wasn't anything fancy, but it was home. And now, because other people in the neighborhood had their big fucking houses and, you know, driving around dad's car and mom's car and all this other shit. You know, my older son, he held it against me as if I was depriving him of his fucking birthright, right? It's like stupid. And I told my younger son, you're starting to act like Brooks. Like you expect way too much from me. Like, you know, like you're fucking going on 27 fucking years old. If you don't like it, fucking move, man. Why are you harassing me over something that I've already tried to do something about? And it's not my fault that the light bulb keeps coming on and then go off. Right? So I told him, take it to the fucking landlady. Go talk to her about it. Right? It's like stupid, man. And then because of the rent situation, you know, Edgar and Marcaine, they don't want to cover this extra $200 boiling the water increase. Because now I'm starting to think this is how my landlady is forcing me out again. So she can sell this house, people, make her $1 million fucking profit. Right? Or $800,000 profit since I've been here. She can get guaranteed $1.5 million for this place. When I moved in, at best, maybe $800,000. Right? So she's doubled her money. And she probably does, her mortgage probably isn't even that much. But this is how they make their money. And they're old. Right? This is the thing. Like, it's like that old miser over there with his fucking 2 apple trees with all the apples falling on the ground and literally rotting, people, because he's such a miserable old fucking man. Andre and I, we go to the store, we come back, we're looking at all these fucking apples, perfectly good apples, all over the fucking ground, just rotting because this guy is so fucking miserable. All those pears on that tree just fell off the tree and rotted. Even though that man probably doesn't even own that fucking field. But he's just a miserable old man, wants to control things and make people around him miserable. We've had a lot of misery in this house, people. But I have no place to fucking go. My furnace, my vents have never been cleaned in this house, people. The vents in this house were not cleaned when I moved in. My landlady told me to take a fucking vacuum cleaner hose and just run it down as far as I could and suck it up that way. Furnace has never been fucking serviced since we moved in. Right? Eventually she changed the water tank, but that was only when the old one finally broke completely. Like, you have to wait for something to completely break before it's fixed. And then sometimes you have to wait fucking months for the job to get done. Right? And then when it does finally somebody show up to do something, they don't do the job correctly. They don't. Just like with the fucking electrical shit. She had to get another guy to come back in and redo it. Just like when I first moved in and all the fucking pipes were leaking. Not to mention that main pipe fucking backing up all the time. Right? And then they come and they make it so the pipes don't leak. But A week later, I'm like phoning my landlady up saying, look, they're still fucking leaking. See, the guy needs to come back. So when the guy comes back, now he's got attitude with you because he has to fix the... I have video with the pipes fucking dripping, people. When that bathroom was, this tasty Bonnie, oh, she knows so much. Yeah, you live in a fucking cockroached, bed bug infested, fucking mouse infested, 60-year-old building that's partly subsidized. Like, I know what those buildings are like. They're all the fucking same in Surrey. Once they get to a certain age, you can't avoid the cockroaches. You can't avoid the fucking bed bugs because they travel through the fucking baseboards. You can't avoid the fucking mice. But yet you want to sit up there and talk about my bathroom? Well, maybe if my landlady would have had the guy come in the first time and do it fucking right, you wouldn't have anything to talk about. But you hide out in your little fucking hole with your mother scratching when you ain't flicking the bugs around, right? Catching mice. And you have the audacity to fucking talk about my fucking household? You have no clue. You have no fucking clue. You know how many people have worked in that bathroom over the years? Like, it's pathetic, people. But we don't have a choice. That's the point. Because if we move, we're going to find the same kind of situation because it's the same kind of fucking attitude through the community. It's a community thing. It's how they build their wealth. It's been going on for 50 years, people, because my mother went through this shit. And you can't talk about it because if you talk about it, you get kicked out. And then you go on some blacklist where they don't want to fucking rent to you no more because they consider you to be a fucking troublemaker. And being that they own the majority of the fucking houses, what the fuck do you think happens? Right? Like, it's stupid. So the bathroom is almost done. But it's taken, what, 3 years? 3 years, people. And even then, we were working on that bathroom. She has to get somebody to come in and fucking finish whatever's going on in the kitchen because my son said, that's it, I'm not doing no more. He ripped out the cupboards, he ripped out the fucking floor, everything's ready to fucking go. He said, I'm not doing no more in the bathroom. He did something around, the tap. He put the tiles up and everything. He put tiles in there. He made it look like whatever. She didn't like it. She said, take it out. He took it out. And now he says, that's it. I'm not doing no more. I'm done. The problem is, whoever she gets probably won't do a good fucking job. So we live in squalor. That's what happens, people. And then we continue to fight. Just like when that fucking bathroom was so-called moldy. The fucking toilet on the top was fucking leaking. Nobody knew about it until it started fucking molding up above the shower shit. Right? Finally, we discovered what the fuck was going on. And we had to wait months, people. Months before a fucking plumber came in and did it. And because it was so rotten all around the whole thing, everything needed to be replaced. Right? But what happened was she got another guy to come in and just wanted to Mickey Mouse the shit, cover up the fucking mold, right? Cover up the mold, use crappy plywood, or not plywood, what is it called? Drywall, not the kind that's water resistant, around the shower, right? And we're like, no. We'll try and do it. We'll try and find some schmake. That's when schmake says, no. I'll have somebody come in and do it. I know somebody that knows how to do it. They'll do it properly. So my landlord said, okay. Right? Because she's looking for a deal. Right? She wants it done properly, but she just doesn't want to pay for it, people. Right? So she uses her tenants to go out there and find the people to do it for her. This is a systemic problem with these landlords. This is what I'm facing the next time I move out of this house. I'm facing the same kind of thought pattern. And if I don't like it, I can move because when I moved into this house, that's what I moved from. The exact same words. If you don't like it, you can move. If you don't like my grow up and my moldy fucking freaking laundry room and the freaking water pipes busting and spraying into electrical outlets with you sitting in your house with half the house with no fucking hydro because I'm stealing your hydro to run my little grow up in the shed. If you don't like it, you can move. So I didn't like it, and I moved in here, and I got the same fucking shit. Leaky pipes, crappy electrical outlets, you know, the whole 9 yards. I'm almost out of that woods, people. I'm barely hanging on a fucking thread. And now she's boiling the water by asking for more money. Right? She's not satisfied with $50. She's not satisfied with a $100 increase. First it was $100. First it was, well, $250 basically since Uncle John went missing in December of 2015. So in the last 4 years, right? 15, 16, 17, 18, going into 19. So in the last 4.5 years, my rent, mine, has increased by $250. Okay? Well, my son and his roommate pay the other $50. So in the last 4.5 years, 4 years, in the last 4 years, the rent went up by $300. I covered $250 of that with no fucking money, with CIBC Bank breathing down my back. Okay? Taking their blood money, Uncle John's blood money, every fucking month like clockwork. Ready to seize my account if I don't pay their bill. Right? Even though Shemay's trust fund, that requires Uncle John's signature is still on fucking lockdown because of that stupid fucking rotten stinking bank. Right along with Andre's trust fund. Even though there's not much in there, it's the principle around it. Right? But you see, I didn't have $300,000 of inheritance money to steal. That was a big gamble for CIBC Bank. So they went with the big bucks and didn't give a shit about Andre and Shemay. Right? Well, my landlady is slowly now boiling me out of this house and keeping my kids fucking arguing with me. Right? Right? Basically, because now she's going to come back and say, well, you said that they were going to do this. Well, yeah, that's what they told me they were going to do. And their intentions were true. They wanted to do it. Right? But maybe my son took bit too much off at the bit in terms of ripping up floors and laying down a new floor. Or maybe he's just tired. Because he's sure in hell taking it out on me, people. Right? Every fucking day or every fucking second day he's going off on me. He's going off on me to the point where I just want to fucking disappear. Okay? I am not moving in with him into a new house. So therefore, what has my landlady done for my family? Right? As she's running around at 74 years old, 76, or however fucking old she is, buying more houses. She owns this one. She owns one over there. She owns the one that she just built for herself 2 fucking years ago. Brand new monster home in the middle of little India. There's another one over there someplace in fucking Cloverdale. Right? Because the houses are cheap. Right? Like, what the fuck? It's like that old man miser with his rotten apples. Where do you plan on taking all this money that you've accumulated over misery? Oh, but I'm looking after my family. Okay, yeah, fair enough. You get to look after your family. Bring more of your family over. Well, my family that was born in this country dies. And we pay for it, people. If we don't pay for it by struggling, we pay for it by, well, look, I'm not satisfied with $50 increase. I want $200. Better yet, I want $3,500. This is the province running its government drug through the housing market. Partnering up with hush money with these crooked fucking landlords that have banded together and are telling themselves somehow that they're so much better than everybody else, people, because they own all these fucking houses. Even though these houses, some of them are falling down at the seams. Right? And if we don't like it, we can move. Only we can't afford to move anymore. You know, you can't even afford to move anymore. So my house is imploding. So I'm going out in the yard wasting my time. Basically. I'm like, why are you bothering? Like, why are you living in denial? Why are you fooling yourself? You're gonna have to leave and walk away from it. Leave the trees, leave everything. Just walk away from it. Don't fucking look back. It's coming. Because of fucking gluttony. Everybody's on a fucking mission to be a glutton. Like that old man miser with his rotten apples. I will take you, I will walk by, I will show you those fucking rotten apples just piling up on the ground. And I'm supposed to go outside and be happy and work. Work for 12 fucking hours for nothing. Right? My son has no concept. Oh, well, you don't have to, you don't have to work in the yard. Yeah, okay, whatever. So anyway, that's what's happening, people. Right? I told him, you guys talk to him. Talk to her. You don't want to pay the fucking $200? Well, $75 each? I'll cover the other 50 again. Right? So now I'm covering 300 since Uncle John's been gone, with less money in the house, with CIBC breathing down my fucking back, not to mention that I'm the one that had to buy the fucking ladder. I'm the one that has to buy the fucking fridge, right? I'm the one that has to live with fucking pipes that haven't been cleaned for fucking 10 years, unless, of course, I want to pay for it. And if I go and I ask my son and Edgar to help pay for the fucking vents to be clean, they'll tell me to fuck off. And I don't have the money to do it, people. Do you see where I'm going with that? So I'm being boiled out of my house. That's what's happening. Because somebody wants to buy this house and my landlords just want to flip it and make their fucking 900,000, 1 million profit. That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what the fuck is going on. Either or she's going to come out ahead once I leave. Because once I leave, she can rent this place out to people who will gladly come in here and start working. And I try and I tell my son that, but he doesn't care. Because we've been here too long, right? Working, trying to fix things, right? Waiting for things to get fixed, right? Being beat up over it, right? That freaking fucking counter downstairs should have been changed when I moved in. She had her guy come because it was leaking. It was leaking, people. Because when they cut the sink in, I swear they do it on purpose. They do it on purpose to make us angry in our houses, to make us fucking struggle in our houses, to make us fucking be frustrated in our houses, so that our kids get brain damage and implode. So that we don't become a economical fucking threat. Just like I said, they didn't need Shmay educated to become a nurse. When all they have to do is put the call out and get 1,000 fucking nurses coming in from this country, this country, this country, this country. Whether they speak English or not, it's not the point. That's all the government has to do in order to fill the gap when it comes to nurses. Whereas Shmay was just more valuable dead. Because if one of those immigrant nurses came over here and got hot capped and died from fentanyl, their drug, and then wasn't bombed, put on display like Shmay, what do you think the consulate of that country from where that nurse came from would do if they found out that that nurse's body had been pillaged by the Canadian healthcare system for its organs illegally. It would be an international fucking scandal. That's why they're going after the Canadian youth. Right? Just blame them for their drug that is going around like a machine gun, killing off the Canadian-born youth as their bodies are being pillaged, as their families are being driven fucking crazy. Right? Because this province is so corrupt, so fucking corrupt, full of fucking gluttony. That's all it is. So I'm boiling. Am I at a boiling point? Is this the water that's going like this? Or am I just still getting up there with it, people? Okay, people. Do you see my beautiful little granddaughter? She's just the sweetest. Well, come on. We're featuring you, Lemmy. Stop looking over there. Lemmy. That's a Lemmy. Oh, her mom's moving around with bags.
Sorry, I was gonna get a more dress.
Lemmy.
Just what she said. She said, I'm riding free.
You're riding free. Lemmy. Lemmy. She's so pretty. Lemmy. She's so pretty. Oh, so pretty. She likes to point with her finger. Right, Lemmy? Right? You point with your finger. She likes to point. She really just... Yeah, you pointing that finger at... Oh, two fingers. It's pointing at the camera. Do you see? Yeah. Lemmy. She's so beautiful. Lemmy. She's so beautiful. Say bye-bye. Say bye-bye. Say bye. Bye-bye. Oh, bye-bye. Oh, what you doing? What happened? What is that? Lemmy. She's curious. She has her Nana's mouse. Lemmy.